G'day guys, and welcome back to my coverage of the AFL 2020 Premiership season. We're in round 8, and this game is the Western Bulldogs versus the Suns. Clear day, Mars Stadium. Ooh, that one's... I can't even remember the name of the place it's in. Alright, so we've got the Western Bulldogs versus the Gold Coast Suns. Ballarat. I was thinking it was Bendigo. I knew I was wrong, but... yeah, so Mars Stadium in Ballarat.
Looks like the fans have opted for the lounge.
The background there, the actual town of Ballarat, didn't look too bad.
Thanks, Hannah. I've been looking forward to this one.
Fairly well done up.
Today's match between Western Bulldogs and Gold Coast.
So Western Bulldogs have struggled this season so far. I think they've only had the one win. There's only two other teams in the competition that are still only one game.
The crowd are appreciating it.
Fiorini's playing his 50th game for the Suns. The Suns, were they just outside the 8? I think they were 10th. But that means that they're only percentage away or one game behind the top 8. So their real chance of jumping back into the top 8 with a win here. Is there any special banner for the Dogs?
Confidence, they're looking sharp, and the crowd are appreciating it. The cheer squad's hard work.
Not exactly special, but it's not a bad banner. I don't think I've seen it before.
The captains converge for the toss of the coin. Gold Coast winning the toss. Well, we all know who should get the job done. And here we go.
So Wits won the toss. Elected to go right of screen, and that's where the Suns are going. A few broken tackles there by the Gold Coast player. Ends up in the hands of the Dogs, who get it inside 50, and Caleb Daniel gets injured in that contest. Up back to the middle of the ground. Peter Wright has been reported, and Jack Homch takes the intercept mark. So not a whole lot happening. It's sort of just floating around in between the middle of the ground and the Dogs 50. Lynn John kicks forward and pushing the back against Tuke Miller as the Dogs try to enter their 50 again. Tim English takes the mark. He's just outside 50. He goes short inside. No one can take the mark. It gets socket along the ground. It's back onto the wing. And the Suns finally make an attempt to go forward. They've got it forward of their halfway line, I think, for the first time today. Broken tackle, handball forward. Here we go. The inside 50. On the run. No one in front of him. Straight through the middle. Jordan Murdoch gets the first goal of the game. I don't know how Port Adelaide was on the scoreboard there. What's that?
First goal of the match. Centre bounce.
No, it had an old scoreboard there, and it had Port Adelaide as the team there. Bit interesting. Bontempelli goes to the wing. Kicks it to Matt Suckling, who plays on immediately. Sends it further down the line. Marked by Rory Thompson. And the turnover. Sent to the middle of the ground. Bailey Williams takes the mark.
Williams puts it on the boot.
He puts it just wider onto the wing. Jack McRae takes the mark. Rolls around the ground. Kicks it. Not going to quite reach the 50. Punch forward. 2-on-1 here, and the Suns are away. They run, take a bounce, kick it back to the middle of the ground. They love putting it back onto that centre square line. It's the turnover again. A few turnovers just happened then. 5 minutes to play in the last quarter. Only one goal kicked. That's a good entry into 50. No mark taken. As Lockie Weller gets ridden into the ground for a ball up in the Dogs 50. Punched forward by the Suns. Socked forward by Mitch Wallace. And a push in the back against Harbrow. Who's that that's got the ball? Is that Hunter? Is Hunter number 7? He's kicked the goal. It was Lockie Hunter. So Hunter gets the Dogs' first goal of the game to tie it up with a minute and a half to go.
Western Bulldogs deliver the Guided down nicely.
Punched down by
Greenwood.
the Gold Coast ruckman. Free kick given, and Hugh Greenwood takes the intercept mark. That went the quarter. 6-6. Not really sure how to summarise that quarter. It was very 50-50. The Dogs sort of seemed like they were going to take control of the match. They just couldn't really do anything to get it inside 50 and do something with it once it hit the 50.
A critical start.
4 inside 50s to 1.
Thanks for that.
They just couldn't really do anything with those inside 50s. It wasn't getting deep enough into their 50. Wasn't getting deep enough into their forward line to score. And they just kept turning it over. Was the Clangers 8-6. Seemed like a lot more than that, but yeah, apparently it's only 8-6. 8 tackles to 5 the Gold Coast way, and 55% possession favouring the Dogs. 4 hitouts to none in favour of the Suns. So yeah, like, Dogs did seem to have a bit more of the ball. It did get close to their goal a lot more frequently, but they just couldn't do anything with it. Jack McRae leading everyone in disposals at the moment. 4 disposals to his name at quarter time. Brendan Ellis and Rory Thompson both with 3, and everyone else there has 2 or less, I guess.
The second term ready.
The second quarter begins with a good bounce, tap down to Toot Miller, who breaks the tackle, handballs it forward. There's a 3-on-1 here. The Gold Coast work it well. Jordan Murdoch running back with the flight takes the mark just outside the goal square. So should be his second goal of the game and the Suns' second goal of the game.
He drives it towards.
Yeah, he drills it. A few people standing outside. What are they doing there?
A time to celebrate, and don't they get around Murdoch?
So he's got 2 disposals for 2 goals.
Good team goal.
The Suns back to a goal up
Umpire ready.
as the ball gets sent back to the middle.
Gives it to the player running past.
Looks like it's heading the Gold Coast way again. Numbers around the ball. Handball over the top gets to
Just sneaks.
Hugh Greenwood, but he can't capitalise. And Hugh Greenwood's had a few disposals that I've noticed.
Gold Coast with the edge right now.
Didn't want to tell me how many disposals he's had. Zane Cordy plays on, runs down the boundary, kicks it to the 50. 2-on-1 in the marking contest. Kicked out. Well, not kicked out, but comes down to a
The mark.
Bulldogs player, and Roy Thompson intercepts it on the wing. He kicks forward. It doesn't hit anyone in particular. Peter Wright trying to get to the ball, but can't get there as it goes out of bounds. So
What do you make of the game?
the throw in. About 60 out from Suns goal.
Gold Coast.
Yeah, Suns goal. Handball forward, and the Dogs get the ball back. Kicked forward to Toby McLean. He's about halfway
Tips it towards half forward.
between the boundary and the middle of the ground. Turnover there to the Suns. They kick it straight back to Hayden Crozier though, so it's coming back.
Chip
This is all that Dogs have been doing. They've been getting it to the 50, but not inside. Quick kick, and it's a goal to Lockie Hunter again, so he's got his second goal of the game.
another goal. He's kicked a couple now.
Just as I was saying that all they can do is get it to about 45 metres out.
Another centre bounce.
Lockie Hunter gets the quick crumb and snaps it forward.
Murdoch finds a way to hang on.
So we still only have 2 goal kickers.
Carrier.
Kicked forward by Sean Lemons, and it goes over for a point. Suns up by 2 points now, but yeah, 2 goal kickers for 2 goals each. So 4 goals scored in the match, all by 2 people.
Cordy.
Dogs play on. Kick it Ed Richards in the middle of the 50.
Goes with the kick. Hunter gets on the end.
He goes a bit wider to Lockie Hunter.
Elects to kick.
He goes down the wing to Aaron Norton, who takes an easy mark.
Mark.
He goes to the 50. Caleb Daniel in a marking contest is never a good option. Jesse Joyce gets wrapped up for a ball up just outside Dogs 50. It's come off Jared Witz's hand, so it's a deliberate out of bounds. He comes off for that as the Dogs get a free kick.
Opportunity for Western Bulldogs to put a goal.
It's just inside 50. He probably has the distance here. He decides not to try it though. He goes to the middle of the ground,
McLean gets the.
and McLean gets the crumb.
He bangs it
and kicks it. Yeah, see, Port Adelaide's there as their fucking away team. I don't get that.
Teammates. They've taken the lead.
They're looking more dangerous inside.
So yeah, just try to centre it to the middle of the 50. Crumbs it. And bang, goal.
Gold Coast haven't
The Dogs back in front by 4 points.
too many uncontested marks.
And back in front, or first time in front?
Pace.
High tackle against the Suns player, kick forward. 2 on 2, inside 50, quick kick forward. And it's off target. Lockie Hunter couldn't kick his third goal of the game. We've got 58 seconds left in the half, so it's going to take something fairly stupid for any more scores to be... Oh boy, that was almost holding the ball, but it wasn't. Kicked forward and the siren goes before a mark is taken. He's played on
Western
and only just got away
play well and deserve.
a disposal before getting tackled. So half time, 5 points to difference, 3-1 to 2-2.
Gold Coast are giving up two.
Dogs still with plenty more inside 50s, they're just not really getting it deep enough to capitalise most of the time.
Plenty of action to come in the second half. We'll be ready to go.
They've had plenty more kicks than Gold Coast. They've had 30 kicks and 2 handballs. That's a ridiculous ratio. Normally the ratio floats around 1 to 1. 15 kicks and 15 handballs is usually slightly favouring handballs for the ratio. Like, you'd rather have more kicks than handballs, but for it to be 15 to 1 as the ratio, that's ridiculous. Both had 12 clangers, 10 marks to 7, 10 tackles to 15. The Gold Coast way, that one. But yeah, and Gold Coast have had 10 hit-outs to none. So they've been winning all the hit-outs, but it's just going down. Well, not even necessarily going down to a Dogs player, but the Dogs are the ones getting the numbers around the ball and getting it forward. So 5 disposals to Lockie Hunter, Brandon Ellis, and Rory Thompson. Jack McRae has 4. Zane Cordy and Hugh Greenwood both have 3. And like I said earlier in the quarter, Lockie Hunter with 2 and Jordan Murdoch with 2 goals. Yeah, let's just get back into it. Half time has ended and we're into the second half. Tap down from the Gold Coast ruckman. Kicked forward by Gold Coast, but Jason
Send it back.
Janison takes the mark. Goes short to Jackson Trengrove.
Uncontested.
He's on the corner of the square. He kicks it to the middle of the ground where Tim English gets under it and takes the mark. He looks around, kicks it wide. Bontempelli had enough space to take an easy grab. He goes to the 50
Spearing kick.
and no mark taken, which just seems to be the Dogs' day today. Caleb Daniel ends up getting the ball back from the loose ball. Kicked up in the air, no mark taken. Now the Gold Coast have a few numbers running forward. Who's the first to the ball? It's a 3-on-1. The Dogs play gets taken out of it. Soccer forward to the goal square. Dog play getting back and he rushes it over. Jason Johannesson manages to rush the point. So it's back to 3. Oh, still 4 points the difference. Was it? It was 4 points the difference. 5 points the difference. So yeah, 4 points the difference now. The Dogs work it out of defence. Lockie Hunter on the wing takes the mark. He decides to centre it a bit. Marked by McRae. He's on the low go as he kicks it forward for the Dogs.
Picked up now. Hunter with the intercept.
Gold Coast player wrapped up before he could crumb it properly. Kicked forward and Jack Holmes takes the mark. Just outside the goal square. He finds Roy Thompson with a fair bit of space for someone that was in the defensive 50. Quick smother, but Suns have the numbers and they work it out. Kick it wide to the wing and out of bounds off Lockie Hunter. So a throw in.
Over the boundary line.
The players will be feeling the heat right now.
It's about 80 out from dog goal. Kicked forward by the Dogs up to the 50. 2-on-2 in the marking contest. No mark. Hits the ground. Players everywhere. Suns have the numbers and they break free. Kick it back to where it came from. Will Brodie takes the mark. He kicks it along the line and Jordan Murdoch takes the mark centre wing. He kicks it to the 50. All alone is Sam Day. He probably has the distance from here, but he decides to go sideways and backwards, and it's turned over to Bailey Williams. What a terrible kick. It's the worst kick you could do in the whole game. Be on the 50 and kick it back 60, 70 out in the middle of the ground to an opposing player.
Seconds remaining in this quarter.
So is there going to be another score? Marked by Josh Bruce. They got to move it quickly. He kicks it short, and that's probably going to kill the time. It definitely kills the time. 3/4 time.
Going into the final turn.
And it's now Western Bulldogs by 4 points over the Suns. Still looking for their second win of the season. 12 inside 50s to 5. 47 disposals to 38. And the
Where they turn it over.
kicks to handball ratio is insane. 44 kicks to 3 handballs. They've had 3 handballs all game. That's not one person has had 3 handballs. That's the whole team has had 3 handballs. What the fuck is that? Lockie Hunter has now got 7 disposals. He's just been everywhere. They've been using his wing the whole game. Brandon Ellis, Rory Thompson, both on 6 disposals. You got Jack McRae with 5. And no goals scored in that one. In fact, only 1 point was scored for the whole quarter. So the ball is bounced for the final quarter to begin.
Full stride. Receive.
The Dogs get around the ball from the centre clearance, but it somehow still ends up. It's holding the ball against Jack McRae. Are you kidding?
Brilliant chase.
Kicked forward by the Suns, inside 50. That was an insane decision. 3-on-1, socket forward, it's rolling towards goal. First one back is Took Miller, who's the one that socketed it in the first place. And the Suns are back in front by 2 points, all beginning from that one holding the ball decision on Jack McRae, which I thought was very stiff. Booted forward by the Dogs. I don't think they're too happy with that decision. Lockie Weller gets under it though, so it's turned over. Marked by Rory Thompson on the short kick. He goes to the wing. They just need to really mop up the time here.
He gets his hand.
Dogs get the ball back and they see players everywhere. Get their quick hands. They're not really going forwards though, that's the issue. They handball it backwards and now the Suns have numbers streaming towards goal, but it's still turned over. Kick to the 50. Caleb Daniel on the lead. Can't take the mark.
Hold on to the mark.
And a high tackle against Lockie Hunter.
Got him high there. Slams it on the boot.
Short kick to the top of the 50. Lynn John takes the mark. He wants to get it inside 50 quick, but he goes sideways instead. Marked by Hayden Crozier. He needs to get it forward. He plays on, wheels round, kicks it short, still outside 50. Caleb Daniel plays on, runs to the 50, and goes bang. So finally, a lot of fucking around for 1 goal. But he's done it, and it's 4 points the difference the Dogs' way now. So it's a bit of a seesaw this last quarter.
As Western Bulldogs take back the lead.
It's been a seesaw all game, really. Comes out to Fiorini, who gets tackled immediately, and he apparently threw the ball. So the Dogs could put icing on the cake here. Mark to Lynn John. It would have been a free kick anyway.
Towards half forward.
For in the back, Tim English stood tall. Inside 50, has to take this shot, surely.
Long range.
Even if it is just to waste time. He goes back and he kicks it dead straight through the middle. And the Western Bulldogs are so close right now to winning their second game for the year.
Western Bulldog play is
I think that's the first time they've kicked 2 goals in a row all game. Broken tackle. Dogs work it forward again. 2-on-1 up forward though. Throwing the ball on Fiorini. He can't get the hands out. 4 minutes to go. 4.5. And the Dogs trying to enter the 50 again. Is he lining up for a shot? No, he's gone for a short kick. And it's going to go to the ground. Caleb Daniel can't get the ball out.
going for number 1.
And Bailey Daniel kicks the point from the crumb. So it's now 11 points the difference with 2 minutes 40. I think it's over here. It would take Gold Coast to be absolutely pristine with the ball right now. And they're not. Punch forward, still inside the defensive 50, and Jack McRae gets the turnover. He goes short and wide. Where the fuck's he aiming? Kicks it out in the forward. It was as if he was aiming at the boundary umpire. 40 seconds to go. 2-on-1 in the marking contest, and Caleb Daniel, the shortest man there, takes the mark as the siren goes. So the Dogs win. But is it by 11 points, 12 points, or 17 points? That's the question. He runs in. Kicks it from 45, and he's hit the post. So they win by 12 points. The Dogs finally have some luck. Well, not so much luck, but they finally, get over the line.
Gary, what do you make of the...
They've had some close losses, but they've finally done it.
4 points. They weren't at their best, but they did what they had to do.
Gold Coast upset with themselves. They're on a bad run of form at the moment.
5-3, 33.
And the Dogs deserved it, really. They lost all their hit-outs. They lost every single last hit-out of that game. But the inside 50s, the disposals,
I'll be back next time.
the clangers, the marks, the tackle... Oh, no, not the tackles. Or the free kicks to possession all favoured them. So, they definitely deserve that win. I thought they were going to blow it just earlier in that game where they just kept getting it to the 50, but no closer to goal. They couldn't really just pierce through that half back line. But they end up winning 5-3 to 3-3. Who ended up with the most disposals and stuff? You gonna show me or no? Oh, there we go. Jack McRae had 8. Lockie Hunt. Well, Jack McRae ended up winning that. Jesus. He wasn't even that close, was he? Well, he was second most, I think. So, yeah, anyway, Jack McRae ended up with 8 disposals. Lockie Hunter with 7. Marcus Bontempelli with 5. Lockie Hunter also got 2 goals on top of his 7 disposals, so I think he still gets best on ground. Jack McRae gets second best. You got Rory Thompson with 7, Brandon Ellis with 6 disposals as well. I think Rory Thompson would probably get third. Yeah, Lockie Hunter. Tim English got second and Jack McRae got third. I mean, English did well. He kicked a goal. The goal to seal it. Last goal of the match as well. But yeah. McRae got third despite getting the most disposals on the field. Tim English kicked the goal. Did well in ruck. And Lockie Hunter was the dominant performer for most of the match. He kicked 2 goals as well. He kicked the first 2 goals of the Bulldogs. Kicked the first 2 goals for the Dogs. No, I was trying to work out how to say that correctly. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed my coverage of the Dogs and Suns. Be back later on today with another game. I don't know who's playing, so yeah, stick around for that. Might even be up already. And I'll see you guys later.